what's up? How are you guys doing? So I'm gonna fly to the UK and gonna take you guys along with me. On 31st of January we had a flight to the UK. It got cancelled because government issued an order that you know, all the flights will be banned to the UK till 14th of February because of the new COVID variant. So yes, we had to reschedule our flight. We hope that, you know, this flight doesn't get cancelled. So this flight is gonna be via Mumbai, and we booked via Mumbai because there's a lot less chance of getting cancelled because there are a lot of flights flying from Mumbai and from Delhi. So this video is going to be all about my journey to the UK, and I'm gonna give you guys all the information, and yes, just travel with me.
First things first, we have to get RT-PCR test done within 72 hours of boarding the flight. So that's where we are headed to. We chose private testing center named Pulse Diagnostics in Kolkata, and we were ready for the test, which costed us INR 1100 per person. I wasn't allowed to film inside the center, so here's another clip from my previous experience in London just for the reference.
As you can see, I'm teary-eyed. So the COVID test went well. I wouldn't say it's really tough. They just put the swab inside your nose and inside your mouth. It does hurt a bit, but yes, the experience wasn't that, you know, tough. It's just a very quick process, so you don't have to worry about anything. And we are done with the COVID test. Now we are headed to a relative's house. Sid is teary-eyed as well. Let's go. So we visited our relative's house, and yes, it was so much fun. So basically during this visit, we haven't missed a single relative. Like, we have met almost everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody. And we are lucky that we got these bonus days after our flights got cancelled. And yeah, so it's the best thing to do. Like, when you're visiting your home place, you can visit all the relatives, and it feels so nice. Now we are just off to home. So I'm back home, and I'm gonna give you guys all the information, all the pre-requirement details, all the things that I am gonna do before I'm gonna board the flight tomorrow to London. The first thing that I would ask you guys is to call your airlines and Google. You need to keep up with all the information and new rules and regulations because the rules are changing continuously. I mean, when I came here in Kolkata, the rules were completely different, and right now because of the second variant, everything has changed. So whatever I'm gonna say in this video is my experience. So this is what I'm gonna go through, and what I went through, I'm gonna talk about it. It doesn't necessarily has to be the same thing with you, because like I said, it might be different in your case, but this is what my experience is, and I'm gonna share it with you guys. So first things first, we read in the news that people who are traveling to London, they have to go through hotel quarantine. That is not actually the case with us, because people who are traveling from India, they don't need to go through hotel quarantine and pay a lot of pounds, because we don't come under red listed countries. Only people who are traveling to London and who are from red listed countries, they only have to go through this hotel quarantine thing. Not us. We need to go through home quarantine, that is for 10 days. So we need to isolate ourselves for 10 days in the house. Now the second thing is self-testing kit. What is it? So right after we land in London on the 2nd and on the 8th day, we have to go through this self-test. So it is basically to find out if we are COVID positive or negative, and we are gonna do this test on ourselves. You need to book this ahead, and we just googled it and we found the government link, and after that we booked this self-testing kit, and it costs around £210 per person. And yes, we are gonna get a reference number right after we booked it. So what are we gonna do with this reference number? We need to use this reference number for step 3. So step 3 is filling up passenger locator form, And this is again what we googled and found a link, and it's a government link, and right before boarding the flight, 48 hours before that, we need to fill up this form. And this form has got all the details, personal details, and our home address in London, and our passport details, and the reference number of self-testing kit. So that is mandatory. If you haven't booked the self-testing kit, you cannot go through this passenger locator form. So you need to do both the steps. And the third step, like I said, passenger locator form, after you have filled it, you need to get the printout of all of these, and also the negative test report that we are waiting for, RT-PCR test. So we are going to carry, one is self-testing kit invoice, and the second thing is passenger locator form, and the third thing is negative RT-PCR report. So talking about the airlines, we have booked British Airways from Mumbai. So we are gonna reach till Mumbai through Vistara, that is Kolkata to Mumbai, and then Mumbai to London. Now we are gonna begin packing all our stuff. Oh my god, I cannot even tell you guys how much stuff I've bought from India, and it's kind of you know, when you buy stuff, you don't really feel that, you know, there's gonna be any problem. But when you're packing all that stuff, you're like, oh my god, I shouldn't have bought this, I shouldn't have bought that. But you know, when you're in India, you buy a lot of stuff. So let's get started.
Soon it was the day of travel, and my mom was helping me with all the last minute packing. There were a lot of stuff, and finally I packed everything, and yes, I left at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I was feeling really sad. I was crying all the time when I was in the taxi because I was missing my family a lot. And I just realized that sometimes you have to take the toughest decisions of your life, and that is, you know, choosing either your family or your dreams. It was a very tough call to make, honestly. And soon I gathered all this strength, and yes, we reached the airport and the journey begins. Now, talking about the airport, it wasn't that crowded, and we headed towards the check-in counter, and all our luggages were booked till London, so we didn't have to take it out in Mumbai airport. And soon after a very smooth check-in, we headed for security. The person who has the middle seat needs to wear a PPE kit, so that's what Sid is wearing right now. So before flying, we also got a face shield, a face mask, and few sanitizers to carry in the aircraft. And when we arrived in the aircraft, we were served with a lunch box. So basically it had a sandwich and a water bottle and some cookies. Soon we landed at the Mumbai airport, and after immigration, we had a layover of 4 hours. We spent our time strolling around all the duty-free shops. Soon it was time for a flight to London, and I was really excited because it was for the first time I was flying business class, that too with British Airways. So yes, I was quite excited to see all the amazing seats. So Sid got an adjacent seat, and we could actually talk face to face. And soon we were served with a bottle of water and also a toiletry kit. So inside the kit, I found an eye mask, a pair of socks, a gentle moisturizer, small pack of Pulse Point essential oil, a lip balm, earplugs, pen, and a toothbrush and a toothpaste. There was also a very cozy blanket, a very cozy pillow, and a storage drawer right below my seat. The air hostess later on opens this footstool, and you can actually convert your seat into a bed. The fact that I could order from a menu card was quite different for me because yes, it was my first time, and then I saw some mocktails, and that's what I ordered along with a vegetarian meal. Soon it was time for takeoff, and we were served with the dinner. They served us paneer roll, a pack of crisps, a mocktail, and a dessert. In-flight entertainment had quite a lot of movie options and 3D map too. I slept for like 8 hours straight, and when I woke up, I was served with a bowl of fruits and juice. Overall, this experience with British Airways was amazing, and I loved their hospitality. we landed at Heathrow. We didn't waste any time after we landed and headed towards immigration. We kept all the travel documents ready for inspection, that is passport, passenger locator form, RT-PCR test report, and also an evidence that we have booked self-testing kit. The queue was really long, and after waiting for around 1.5 hours, it was time for us to show all the documents. Soon we showed all the documents and collected our baggage and headed home.
So we are at our London home and it's day 2 here in London. Yesterday we reached safely, and today is 21st of February. Today is the day that is second day of our arrival, and we are going to have self-COVID test done at our home all by ourselves. Yes. So when we arrived, the first thing that I did was arranging all the groceries. So before coming to London from India, I actually downloaded all the grocery apps starting from Asda, Morrisons, Tesco, Waitrose, everything. And then I searched if they have any slot available. None of them had except Asda. So I booked groceries, and right after we reached, just within few hours, we got our groceries delivered. So yes, that's what you can do. Actually, you need to search through all the apps right from India and then book groceries beforehand, so that when you reach here in London, you have fresh, fruits and everything ready for you. And also you are just gonna self-isolate yourself, so obviously this is the best way to do. Talking about the self-testing kit, it was in our mailbox when we arrived and we just collected it, and yeah, it has got all the instructions. So I would ask you guys not to follow this video. We are just gonna show you guys how we have done it, but you need to read everything carefully and then pack it and then get it delivered. So this is the absorbent pad, and here's the swab. After you're done with it, you need to put it inside this container. Talking about how you're gonna post the COVID test swab. So basically everything is mentioned in the instruction manual, and you just need to search a nearby post box. I would ask you guys to read the instruction book really carefully, and what we did was we just searched for a nearby post box, and Sid went downstairs and he didn't take any public transport, and he just posted it through that post box. So that was it, guys. Again, we have to do this similar process on the 8th day of our arrival, and yes, we are just gonna test ourselves. So that was it. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, then give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel. I hope you find it helpful. Thank you so much, guys, for watching it. Bye for now.